Welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy, and before this episode starts off, I believe that quite a few episodes ago, very early on, I think before I hit double digits, I had to do a few translucent stars, and, well, they're coming back. Sadly, there have been a few recording issues, so that's the thing, and that might mean that this episode is of higher quality than the other episodes. And that sounds weird, I know, but I think I have to record Mario Galaxy at 60 FPS if I don't want any negative effects to happen on the video recording. And let's be honest, if you record a 60 FPS video and then render it at 30, it looks pretty dang bad. I've learned that from experience, specifically on this Let's Play. But anyway, there was a Red Luma I talked to up here, and he said, "I've got a secret, but I'm not telling." And that's just a bit of foreshadowing. Later on, his secret will become a bit more apparent, and we'll be able to actually explore that secret and see the cool things that it has to offer. But I've done both these galaxies, and it makes me really sad that I have to redo them. But it's all good. Last episode, I did the first star in Dusty Dune Galaxy, so this time, I'll be moving on to blasting through the sand. I've attempted to record this one specific mission more times than you can probably even fathom, because Jesus Elgato really doesn't like me, apparently. So, returning from other Mario games are Pokies. I really don't care about Starbits all that much. My pointer is not acting the best right now, so I'm not going to waste too much time trying to collect them. But Pokies in this game are relatively simple, depending on what type of Pokie they are. Right here, this Pokie is a bit taller than all the other Pokies. So what we have to do is we actually have to spin into his little segments, knocking them out from under him. And then last but not least, he has this final segment, and what we have to do is just smack it like every other segment. Relatively easy. Later on, Pokies will get a little bit more dangerous, but for now, they're really easy. I don't know if I've shown this off. Ground pounding in the sand. Gets you stuck in it. And it's honestly not that fun. I don't think it's a great mechanic. I don't know why they did it. You don't ground pound in snow and get stuck. So I don't see why sand is any different. But hey, if that's what they wanted to do. This planetoid right here is a massive pain. And it's for one reason and one reason only. It's small. If it was larger, and later on it'll be seen, I think in episode 18, you'll actually be able to see that, like, oh, there's a planetoid that's shaped exactly like this. Shape doesn't necessarily matter all that much. While it's still a bit awkward to walk on it, shape doesn't matter too much. But the fact that it's so small makes it exceedingly awkward to walk on, because your control style is always switching to fit the different side that you're on, and it makes controlling yourself on this planet suck a whole lot. There is a Hungry Luma back here. You can probably get it with the amount of star bits, my apologies, that I have right now, but I really don't care too much about it. This isn't my favorite galaxy in this world, or in the bedroom, I guess I should say, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but it's definitely a fun galaxy. So if you enjoyed this galaxy, just know there's some extra stars here. There's also a green star, but it's whatever. So right here, this is a new mechanic that I haven't seen as of yet. It's essentially moving sand. It's nothing too special, but right here it can be kind of a pain. Luckily, you can make a small amount of headway just by jumping and then shaking. You can move back a little bit. But a way they do actually counteract that is by making you grab a shell to actually pick up this final bit of a star. Pull star, I should say. This will actually take me to another planet. Right here is the actual way you're supposed to go, but if you're into one-ups, you can do a bit more platforming. I'm not going to. I think it's a waste of time, but that's just me. Right here, they're using the mechanic they just showed off to actually aid in a bit of platforming challenge. Really, it's not that difficult. All you have to do is long jump, but there are platformers moving back towards you, so that means you have to do your best platforming to not fall in their not fall in the sand to be pushed back. This sand, on the other hand, does not push you anywhere other than down. I did not mean to show it off there, but this is insta-kill quicksand. So be a little bit careful when you're actually moving around in this area, because it's not all that safe. These guys, I don't know if they actually hurt you without very specific... Okay, well, they look different than the normal tornadoes, but they don't hurt you yet. You'll see what I mean by that in a second, but currently, they do not hurt you. Honestly, these guys are more of an annoyance right now. They don't aid you in any form of platforming. Right over there, I missed it. I couldn't show you in time. There are a few tornadoes that actually do have rocks floating around in them. And if you get spun into those tornadoes or get sucked into them, then those rocks will possibly hurt you. It really sucks a whole lot, but there's nothing I can really do about it. So this planet is kind of shaped like a pancake. It's very flat, and that allows for this type of puzzle, moving back and forth between the different sides to actually make it possible to grab this star right here. Honestly, there's no other puzzle than this on this planetoid, so it's kind of a letdown. I feel like it'd be really cool if they used that mechanic a bit more, but really it's just used to give more space to platform on, and it's fine. It's a platforming game. It makes sense, I understand, but I don't know. I thought it would have been cool if they went more of a Zelda style and added some nice puzzles. Maybe that's just my love for Zelda speaking, but whatever. We got our power star in quotation marks. Feels bad, man. Can't even see my star count move up, but hey, it's fine. Maybe. I'm actually dying inside. Anyway, let's finish up Dusty Dunes Galaxy with the last star that there actually is to do here. Sunbaked Sandcastle. This level is actually pretty interesting. It really takes some really cool ideas and mixes it with platforming, which I'm always a fan of. Sadly, you can kind of not have to deal with a lot of the cool new mechanics, but other than that, it's pretty solid. I was kind of struggling with words there. So ground pounding on that will move the sand up, and fun fact, there are blocks above you, so if you mess up and go under a block, there are shadows luckily showing you where these blocks are, it's very highly possible that you will get crushed, so be careful. Now you could just avoid getting crushed by the blocks, but they put a bunch of goodies around to entice you to go into dangerous areas, and honestly, avoiding everything isn't that bad, so don't worry too much. Yep, that's right, another one of these puzzles. I can't. I can't even say it's fun at this point. It's just kind of boring. Anyway, this is not the exact sandcastle they're talking about, but it's close enough. So as you can see, I ground pounded on another very, very similar switch, and it actually took me, or it didn't take me anywhere. It actually pushed this sandcastle up. And if you need to get back up at any point once you fall down to collect, for example, one of these, I can't believe I did that. I almost messed that up real good. Then you can ground pound on it and it'll take it back down. Though really that's not necessary. They give you a way to get back up. Now there is one very specific bit of a star that I could understand actually having to bring the sandcastle back down for, and it was the one I actually just got there. Usually I'm actually able to get that in one foul swoop. I don't actually have to come back up, but not my lucky day, I guess. So really, it's a cool mechanic, but you can completely ignore it. Dry bones, they aren't like red Koopa Troopas. They don't stay on the area that they are assigned to, I guess you could say. So they do follow you. It's very easy to entice them to come back or to come off that given area and grab that little bit of the star. I seriously have no idea what they're called. Star pieces? Maybe? So if you remember correctly, these spiky guys don't take kindly to coconuts. Don't know why, but they don't. Now this area here is actually really cool. It takes this mechanic of the moving sand and makes it actually pertain to kind of a boss battle, not really. But something that's even cooler is the gravity mechanic they use here. So we need coconuts to kill that guy, as these spiky fruits have shown me. So what I have to do is I actually have to smack the coconut and actually get it all the way up onto that planet. You only need one, but I'm getting two just for, you know, just to be safe, but... And there we go. Once you've actually hit him once, all the bottom segments of his body fly off, and then you just have to jump on his head. It's not like the other Pokies that we've seen that are very, very soft, and you have to smack into every single segment of their body. It's really not all that bad. This area is actually pretty interesting. I don't really like how they make you stay upside down right here, but it actually does add a very interesting mechanic for the platforming that's coming up right now. As you can see, I'll have to platform while I'm upside down, which makes it a bit different than usual. Not too different, but a bit different. Yeah, that's right. It ain't a sand level if the sand isn't rising, or lava. It's very interchangeable, but anyway, the point is, this sand is rising. You can't really do a lot of spin skips, if I'm being honest, because there's a wall, and your spin actually does get caught on the wall every single time you spin, so you can't really get massive air with the spin, but it does help. It's not completely useless. So right there, I'm actually holding left the entire time. Because the camera automatically switches, I actually don't have to worry about forcing Mario to go a specific way. He goes there on his own, thankfully, because that would have been a massive pain if I got caught on the corners, stuff like that. Very considerate. And that's another quote-unquote star, but I've actually decided I'm going to move back to doing 3 stars per episode just to make this series go a bit faster. And last episode that you saw me, this was actually not opened up. This was a mystery box, and I believe that I had to get the first star in Freeze Flame Galaxy to open this up. But here, I'm actually going to do it during my Dusty Dunes playthrough, I guess. Welcome to Honey Climb Galaxy. We're playing Scaling the Sticky Wall. Now, if you remember in Honey Hive Galaxy, there were these honeycomb things, and they honestly weren't used to their best potential. But here, oh man, here, I'm actually a massive fan of this. And this is actually giving me kind of a venue to talk about Mario Galaxy 2, because this is essentially like every level in Mario Galaxy 2, and I say that because it takes mechanics that Mario Galaxy 1 didn't necessarily do the best job on expanding on, and it actually expands onto it, and it does it fantastically, and I feel like this is a level that just feels like a Mario Galaxy 2 level for that purpose, or for that reason, I guess I should say. It could just be me, it probably is just me, but that's just how I feel whenever I play this level. So luckily, the climbing on the honeycombs isn't as awkward as in Honey Hive Galaxy because of one main reason. You don't have to hop off. Oh, that was a bit close. You don't have to hop off as often as you did in Honey Hive Galaxy. So the gravity of Mario doesn't actually change frequently. So it's not a massive pain. It's still a bit annoying, but it's not too bad. Right here, you can probably tell that there are quite a few... Okay, that was lucky. There are quite a few meteors falling down, and if you don't remember, getting hit once in B Mario form will actually make you lose B Mario. So, one hit from those, and you're done. And these guys are back. I don't know if you can ground pound on them. I might as well try right now. but I doubt you can. Oh, you can. Great. Originally, I thought that if you ground pounded, it would actually take you straight down. But no, since the gravity is actually shifted, then it does actually take you towards the wall, which is always fantastic. Well, I think the honeycomb mechanic is done terribly. Absolutely terribly in... Oh, whoops. I touched the wall, my bad. While I think the honeycomb mechanic is done terribly in Honey Hive Galaxy, I think, honestly, in a galaxy like this, where the platforming is just straight up on the honey hives, where you don't have to switch between the ground to the honey hive, back and forth, I think it's done fantastically. That is the final quote-unquote star for this episode. Next time, I'll move on to a fantastic galaxy, Freeze Flame, and get some more of these fake power stars. But anyway, I think Freeze Flame Galaxy is actually fantastic in like every way, shape, and form. So once we get to that, you'll definitely hear me gushing quite a lot. And there are also quite a few mechanics that are new to Freeze Flame Galaxy. So until then.